Welcome everyone to Night on the DL. We're on Act II, the Epilogue. Won't be seeing any of these guys in a game of D&D for a while when it comes to a game that I'm running at least. Yeah, let's get into it. The group has slain the last elemental evil that they are aware of. There could be more, there could not be. Who knows, really? But having defeated Ogremoch, they have a hammer that seems they're a war pick. You could argue that our boy, if I remember correctly, Ulrich grabbed due to athletic checks and all that jazz. Because he rolled a 33.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, he rolled a 33.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he heard a voice in his head speaking about gems of the earth and the materials of it, such being his, and should not be given to anybody else.
No, I killed that dude.
Yeah. Then you guys just killed a dude who was unconscious on the ground. 100% just whacked him and killed him. Good stuff.
Okay. Oh, that
Yeah,
was the
fuck that
fucking
guy.
homie in
Homie
the
that was
dude,
inside
right?
the dude. Yeah, he popped out.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
unconscious.
Fuck that guy,
He
man.
never
Fuck
that.
attacked
You guys.
So awful.
It was great. He never did anything to harm you. For all you guys are aware, it was good stuff.
Dude, he did fucking everything.
Maybe. After this, Elwarin and BigYin, specifically Elwarin, kind of hear like cheers in their head, as it seems the last of the stone golems and the werewolves have been defeated, at least in this area. Elwarin, you meet up with your parents, who are fighting, you probably guess 300, 400 yards from here.
Okay.
And your father has lost an arm.
Okay.
Completely gone, like shoulder down, just fully ripped out.
Okay.
It can be healed. He assures you that eventually he will gain functionality of an arm, whether it's prosthetic, real, or something of the natural sort. You know, maybe some spores with some mushrooms. Who knows? Really, you know, he's a fun dude. He likes to experiment. However, the thing that's probably most concerning of all this is your mother's bow is broken. It looks to be completely smashed up, and her right hand is, for lack of a better term, non-existent.
So dad lost his arm, mom lost her hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And from what you can tell, that hand was gone by magic of some sort. Like something ripped it from this plane of existence and it's gone somewhere unknown to anybody. Your father and mother are less, we'll say, thrilled or consumed with the idea that they can get that hand back in the same way they can get your father's hand. So there's,
Sorry.
It's good. There's just going to need some work that needs to be done for your mom to get a hand, whether it's probably mostly likely going to have to be prosthetic in this case. But, you know, eventually they will return to normal-ish. As you kind of survey the rest of the Emerald Enclave that are around, you see many people are pretty badly injured. After you guys kind of get back, and we'll kind of move you guys back to the village, you guys kind of take your walk to the village, kind of talking and conversing with everybody. Where is BigYin's village? Where'd it go? Hello? Oh, here it is.
Hello.
You find that you would guess roughly a third of the Emerald Enclave and the people within BigYin's village are dead or missing. And that's a quite large number of people. We're talking in like the hundreds of people that are dead or just straight missing. Nobody's seen them, their bodies, and whatever you'd call them, like makes them, just disappeared in the wind during the battle, getting whisked away somewhere or just evaporating on the spot, it seemed. But it was a resounding victory. There are more than triple of that in werewolf death kind of surrounding the village as well. The walls are fairly intact. Nothing too crazy has happened here since last time you guys were here. Minus the dragon-sized hole on the bottom size here. But aside from that, nothing else too crazy seems to occur BigYin, still nobody knows who you are or who your parents are. That is
Great.
That's completely gone in the wind.
We love that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good.
However, during all this commotion for about the next hour, as everybody's kind of recuperating and kind of trying to figure out what the next steps are, BigYin, you get a ping in your head from your sister and your parents.
Mhm.
They say hello. This is a recorded message, so apologies we cannot speak to you in person. But we are in a location that you cannot find us currently. We are searching for answers. We've lost much and gained very little in this life. And unfortunately, as proud as we are of you, you are not the chosen one. You are not the one meant to save us.
That's hard. God damn.
You know what? I had a feeling it was going to be Furby. Furby suddenly getting magical powers. Yeah, she's the savior.
As they like leave a pause there, as if they expected you to have some kind of response to what they said, and then Furby says, "Fear not, BigYin. It's not me either.
Great.
We have to save Mr. Leader, but we don't know
Okay.
where he is, and we've lost track of where he is, and we fear." And then the message cuts. As
Well,
if something or someone interrupted the spell.
well, that's not ominous at all.
Um,
Is there any way I can like backtrack it to reply, or it was just literally a recorded message?
It was a recorded message that got sent to you. You're not sure even from where. You use all your arcane knowledge and use Lando's arcane knowledge to try to figure out what could have happened or like how to trace it back, and you're at a loss. Obviously,
Lando, shoot me with lightning bolt from belly. I need to charge up my magical abilities.
it's not how that works. But
It's not
Yeah,
how
I
that
know.
works.
last time you guys did that, you nearly died, or you could argue did die, right?
I have more health now, though.
True.
Still got it.
You don't got it, brother. I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, no, I do. I have advantage on that shit because you said I have
That's-
good abilities. So that's
not
what.
that's not how this works, brother.
Yeah, that's.
Okay,
come on, man.
even with your 20, which was your 19, you guys still can't figure it out.
That's a nap, bro.
Doesn't mean shit for when it comes to ability checks, brother. Just means that's the best
Really?
to your ability. Yep. Now,
Oh, that's
critical
stupid.
strikes are the only things that automatically hit. Everything else that's critical, I guess aside from failure, because you could automatically miss, doesn't change anything, especially when it comes to ability checks.
That's really dumb.
It's the best you can do, so it's kind of cool that way.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any. Okay.
Welcome to D&D, baby.
You only know so much.
You only know so much.
Which is usually more than everyone else.
Very true. Which is why when the two of you guys kind of put your heads together and you can't figure it out, both of you guys kind of come to the conclusion you need to talk to somebody who's better at magic than both of you to figure this out.
That's that fucking guy Garfield, right? God.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It could be somebody else. There are plenty of magical people in the world. It does not need to be Garfield. However,
No,
Garfield
that
is the
guy's
one that
literally
comes to your
been our
guys' mind.
seer. We don't know anybody else.
Well, we could always go try and talk to the gods again.
They're dead. Oh wait, they might be dead.
That's a problem.
I
We're
didn't
in
say it,
trouble.
Sylvanas. I didn't say it.
While all of you guys are kind of having this hearty discussion, Ulrich, your belt starts to thrum as the war pick is like vibrating, and this kind of kicks you guys back into gear as you guys probably need to destroy this thing sooner than later.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go
Yeah.
back to that.
Gotta
Oh,
go
man.
back. So
That
you
means we
guys-
gotta travel.
Yep. So you guys call Garfield, the man, the myth, the legend, and he teleports you back over. And you guys make your way through kind of all the treacherousness that is there. However, it is even more empty than before. You fought your way through the fire cult, you fought your way through a lot of different things, but it's eerily empty here, except for rocks and elemental rock creatures that you guys fight your way through. Takes you a while. But eventually, you make it into here. And inside, you see a man covered in plate mail that looks as if it's been made from something immaterial. He's fairly short, arguably comparatively to Lando and Ulrich's height. And something about him seems off. You guys see him from over here, and as you guys make your approach, he doesn't seem to move. BigYin, Zanril, and Lando. Every orifice of your magical powers screams run. Elwarin, you feel a terror strike your core as if you were a wee, young, new adventurer again, running from a Minotaur skeleton. And as the creature turns and looks at you guys, green eyes focus on all of you. And as you guys are looking at this creature, human, dwarf, whatever it is, the three of you guys that use magic the most, Elwarin, BigYin, and Zanril, recognize that this is not an ethereal creature here. It is some sort of projection. It flits in the light. It's not fully there. But the terror that you overcome as you approach, seeing this rock portal exist, and knowing that you must destroy the war pick, sets you on edge as to what this creature could be. And in all of your guys' minds, just your laughter. Ah, you've come. It's taken you long enough. If only the fools were better at this, things could have been different. But, alas, this is all they would amount to. And Elwarin, you're the only one that hears this. If you thought your uncle was terrifying, maybe you should meet the man behind that. And his body disappears.
Uncle.
Only Elwarin heard that.
Yep.
Oh,
Are we
And
fucking this dude up?
you're left with this rock portal that's just sitting there. And the reason why you guys didn't attack him is because all of you guys realized even if you hit, it's a projection. It won't actually hurt the creature behind it.
Fair point, fair point.
As you guys approach this massive colossus of stone where this portal is opened to, you know what you have to do. So you toss the war pick in, destroying the portal. But Ulrich,
Yes.
a small part of you, very small, doesn't want you to let go. And in your final moments as you're releasing it, just before your hand opens up, you feel what you can only imagine as doubt cross your mind on whether or not this is actually the right course of action. Your whole existence as of, this past 6 to 8 months It's mostly been about destroying these cultists. They've kidnapped people. They've done horrible things. But for some reason, there's just a creep of doubt as you let it go, as if, is this actually the end? Seemed too easy, almost. Yes, you almost died. Yes, your entire party almost died. Multiple times. But is this all it takes to dismantle a cult?
Not me.
5 guys? One man you could consider an army by in and of himself? A man who has a floating shield? Dwarven plate mail that can't get hit by a mere mortal anymore? A man who clouds himself in shadows to make him inconceivable to the eye while attacking from within. An archer gifted by the gods a lightning power to smite his foes. And finally, a healer who, despite all appearances, has become somewhat capable when it comes to battle.
Jesus. We all got
Yeah.
comments, and yours was pretty backhanded.
That hurts.
I just
And
how
the
I,
heart of BigYin is hurting right now.
that's how I imagine Ulrich sees you guys. Just FYI.
Elwarin, total badass. You know,
Does that? I don't know if that seems off. That seems correct to me. in
no,
my
no,
mind.
it makes perfect sense.
And as you let it go, you hear the war pick speak to you a final time. And it says, trust no one. Not even those that are around you. As the portal is destroyed.
See, I'm gonna say to the group, these voices that talk to you, they just don't make any sense. If I'm not supposed to trust anyone, why would I trust the voice?
True.
The logic is ain't there. Plus, I already don't trust no one.
Exactly.
I don't even trust myself.
Exactly. You haven't died. Are you a real creature or not? Are you a construct? Who knows?
Dumbass.
Dumbass,
Demons.
dumbass demons and voices, right? Dumbass demons and voices. How easily mortals, mere mortals, are swayed. Ulrich shall not be one of them.
I mean, he is swayed because he doesn't trust anyone. That's the irony.
True. And as you guys kind of like somberly walk your way back, you feel a shudder go throughout this entire halls as the last of these weapons have been destroyed. So what is holding any of this up anymore? You rush out. You make it out of there. Barely. But you guys are all brazen and bold adventurers. And you make it back to BigYin's village after another round of teleportation via Garfield. Except no one's there. Everyone from BigYin's village has disappeared. It almost looks as if no one was here ever. So I ask you, what do you guys do? These people were here truly a day before. And now it looks like as if nothing ever existed.
That's not good. You're still here, BigYin.
What's the likelihood that there's still booze in the bar?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I mean,
Part
you
of
do
the
know
point.
there's magic in the air, but you can't quite tell what kind of magic.
So I don't know if there's booze.
You're not
is
sure.
what you're saying.
You can roll investigation.
No, it's all right. I was just trying to stay on brand. I
Of
guess.
course. Yeah, like I said, you're not sure. BigYin
How old
seems
do
like
the
there's magic.
buildings look?
I'll try and tap into the Garfield channel here.
Yeah, one second. Let me answer Ulrich first. The buildings look the exact same as when you guys left. And BigYin, you can't tap into the channel.
I cannot.
You cannot.
Try the Emerald Enclave.
also cannot be tapped into. Elwarin, same thing happens with you. Lando, same thing happens with you. You guys try to ping your respective parties.
I guess the last one would be good old Sylvanas.
Cannot tap into him as well.
And I was kind of, I'll walk up to the town hall, and I'm just thinking to myself, Sylvanas, Pan, if this is some kind of a strange, I won't invoke Sylvanas' name because he's been rather decent to me, and I'm trying to be more respectful. But and I'll still like, Pan, if you are messing with me right now, this is not funny at all.
As you
You're
say that,
never.
a creature appears before all of you. Standing at about 12 feet tall, about probably 7 feet wide, with their shoulders, slight horns growing from their head.
A giant fucking satyr?
looking exactly like that, like a giant satyr. But its eyes seem off. For its eyes look like that of someone who's seen what hell looks like.
They work for mine.
Eyes sunken in. Fully black pupils.
Oh, never mind.
So no longer like goat shaped.
Correct.
They are. Do I recognize him immediately for who he is?
Nope. You can imagine this may have been what Pan looked like at one point in time, minus all the evil shit looks like what's going on with him. But nobody's ever seen Pan, actually. And for all this village is known, they've never worshipped Pan themselves. Because Pan isn't a god.
Well, not anymore.
Was he ever?
So the village doesn't exist.
I beg your pardon, but you just appeared here. Who and or what?
Ooh, what
Are
if they
you?
all like went back in time or some shit? Like kind of like how we did, you know, just like a big group thing.
Well, eventually they'd all get back here in time.
And that wouldn't quite explain why you can't reach anybody at all, right? Because there are other people outside of the people that were here that were in the Emerald Enclave.
There's a lot of fuckery afoot. We need more information. We're lacking right now.
You're lacking.
We'll get there.
Eventually, yeah, I believe in you. This creature just looks at the five of you. Its mouth slowly opens.
It's never good news.
It keeps opening, dropping to the floor.
Sorry, I couldn't keep it together.
It then widens out about 4 feet wide. So this mouth has dropped to the floor about 12 feet down, widened to be about 4 feet across. As you see 3 dwarves step out.
What the
That
fuck?
was the Satyr Express.
They're smiling.
Express.
Satyr
So he's
Express
turned
indeed.
into a gate then.
They're smiling. They're looking at you, BigYin. Ah, look who has called for the mighty Pan, says the one in the middle. Red eyes looking deep into your soul as you feel what you can only describe.
Are these the same cheeky Duragar fuckers that started this whole thing?
They're not Duragar, they're dwarves.
Okay.
And you're not sure if the Duragar started this at all, to be fair.
Very true.
You feel in your soul like everything around you is dead and nothing good can ever happen to you again. Ulrich, the man with blue eyes, turns to you and says, "Ah, a man who never fears death."
Well,
and
not anymore.
You see yourself always getting close to death, but never actually dying. As if you've been cursed to feel all the pain of every injury you've ever been dealt, continually, excruciatingly hurting for all of eternity.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Elwarin, the one on the left, looks at you. Says nothing. Just laughs. And in your soul, you feel what you can only imagine as the death of everyone around you. Always being close, but never getting there on time and in time to save them. Your father, your mother, your uncle, your cousins, your friends surrounding you right next to you. All of them falling before your eyes, just before you could get to them, just out of reach. Lando, all
Sup,
three of
bro?
them look at you, saying nothing.
Wait, all three of them? I thought there was
All
only
three of
one
them.
of them.
So there's three.
When did there be? Where did the other two come from?
They've been there the entire time.
What the fuck? You said there was one 12-foot satyr-looking motherfucker.
And then 3 dwarves stepped out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Three
He opened
dwarves.
his-
Oh, the dwarves are talking. Okay, cool. I missed that part.
That sounds about right for what's about to happen to Lando.
Exactly.
Lando, you look around and you find yourself in a tavern,
Ah,
surrounded by alcohol.
ugh, that's
And as you turn
don't know.
open all the spigots, it's just water.
ah.
There is no alcohol anymore.
For me or like
From what you can tell, nothing for you. Nothing
Well,
for
this
you
is
to
just
ever find again.
I'm in some. That's okay, man. I'll survive.
But
I'll find a way.
as you put the water to your lips, it never quite reaches it.
Oh, it's
It pours all around you.
pretty
Never-
shitty tease.
You can never bring any of it to your mouth.
Hmm.
Zanril, for you, you see
Hmm.
your parents' and family's business failing,
Ugh,
knowing that you've traded away possibly your humanity for nothing. Everything still goes to shit. Nothing that you ever cared about or strove to complete is worth it.
Mm.
And you all feel a crushing force pushing you to the ground.
Can we resist it?
Yeah, of course. Make a strength saving throw for me, if you will.
Oh, great.
All of you.
All of
No,
us.
I'm
Yep.
proficient in strength saving throws.
I think 3 of you are.
I'm not.
It's okay.
Hey yo!
I was hoping to use wisdom, but I mean, okay.
Not quite.
-1.
Ooh, Ulrich was close. Lando was also close.
Then I'm
Elwarin,
going to
you
use
got it?
Indomitable,
Okay.
which allows me to reroll.
Yeah, okay.
I can do better.
I believe.
Was it all of us?
Nope.
Yes, all of you guys.
Yeah.
Fortunate. All right. All of you guys get crushed to the ground as Lando seems to be the last one holding out. And you just feel waves of heat and what seems like air swirling around all of you. And all of you in your minds hear, "We now know you exist. We will come for you.
Now you know we exist.
We will
That
kill you.
seems,
And we will end
that
everything you
seems-
care about."
bro. You okay? So you're just saying you went from 0 to 100, not knowing that we exist to knowing we exist when we just fucked your whole crew up for the last, I don't know, 2 years, and now you know we exist. That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, information networks aren't what they used to be, okay?
That's true. You probably have some slow pigeons, I guess.
It's unfortunate, right? And after that, the satyr, the 3 dwarves, the heat, the pressure, all of it disappears. And you're surrounded again by the Emerald Enclave and BigYin's people.
Those dwarfs are mean. It's nuts.
One thing, Ulrich, you notice as they leave, a symbol of a dragon, similar to one you saw on your token, gets emblazed into the sky as they
God
disappear.
damn it. I always knew it is a fucking cult. All of them. Everything's a cult.
There's always a bigger cult.
And
So, can I look at Ulrich and say, I'll just point to the emblem. It's like, do you want to tell us what that is now?
so only Ulrich saw it.
Oh,
You guys were kind of getting pushed down, and Ulrich just barely lifts his head to see as they're leaving.
because he's Uber Ulrich.
Yeah. So I'll leave it to Ulrich if he wants to just talk about that at all.
Fuck no.
Fair enough.
He doesn't want to talk about anything.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
are you crazy?
Yeah, fair enough.
Old man
Um,
Ulrich is less talkative than John Wick.
He's bringing all of his secrets to the grave, which means he's always going to be remembering them because he can't die.
Yeah, and you guys have a crew of people surrounding you, working on restoring this area, working on treating the ill and sick. And you also have a princess that needs to get back home.
Princess.
Yeah.
we saved
Oh fuck! I wasn't here for that. I didn't exist then.
No, you were definitely here when they saved her. I'll tell you that much.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, last
Oh,
time.
yeah,
wait,
you
from
were
the
there when
fire
we
cult.
saved the princess from the
That was
fire
like
cult.
that fucking lady, the most recent one. Oh yeah,
The
never
moon
mind.
princess.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't, dude. I don't.
Recent one.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, as you guys kind of continue on your trip, do you guys all go to drop her off, or do you guys try to call Garfield? What is your guys' game plan for dropping this princess elf away? Because
Well,
it
now
is
can we talk to Garfield?
fairly far. Yeah, like I said, all that magic has
Everything's back.
So it was,
Everything's back,
the three blind mice who were the problem for us.
the three blind mice were indeed the problem for you guys. You are correct.
That's a good name.
It is a good name.
That is
I
a
really
good
like that.
Maybe that is their name. You guys have no idea.
Well,
So yeah, so you know the elf princess is from the Moonwood, which is up here. You guys are in the high forest around here. So obviously you guys can take the roads, but it'll take you guys a couple weeks to get there. Or you guys can teleport if there's a ley line that travels there. A couple different options.
I guess we'll reach out to. I kind of want to reach out to Garfield, anyways, to try and figure out what the hell's going on with my family.
Sure. Yeah, so you reach out. Hello, BigYin.
Right. Well, a couple of very strange things just happened. I just kind of lay it all out for him. And I'd say this, and on top of that, my family sent me a message, a recorded one, told me quite a few things I already expected. But it sounds like the message got interrupted. Can you trace it?
Oh yes, I can, of course. Take me some time as the magic has been gone for a little bit. But yes,
Yeah.
I can definitely help you with that.
And what's it going
Um,
to cost me?
Why must everything? Yes, it does cost you something. I do not give anything out for free. We all know this.
Yes, we know you don't give out anything for free, but so it's nice to know what the cost is up front.
The cost will be your time.
when did you get British?
I don't know. I slipped.
Dude, I have not been able to find Ulrich's voice either. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that one was like up front. Like
No, that went through the whole range. I started
Yeah,
in
that
Glasgow,
I was like,
and
what
I
are you-
ended
what are
up
you
in.
doing?
I
Man,
started in Glasgow and ended in London.
You and that accent has been the biggest story of this whole campaign. You know,
He's been pretty good at keeping it the entire time. I will
you
agree.
have, and then I feel like you do, and then you go for like long swaths where it's just nothing.
It's how it goes.
And that
it's how it
one
goes.
was
Hey, well,
completely out of-
I know your time is
There
expensive, and my
There we
time.
go.
So what do you mean time?
You will need to spend a certain amount of time with me.
Interesting. I mean, that's worth it. If I'm learning things, I'd say that's worth
Hey man, you might be learning something. You know what I mean?
Garfield personal time. I see.
Yeah.
it. Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge
Get
in a
over
moment.
here.
For the meantime, we have a wee elven princess we need to get back to her home. Is there a ley line that you can teleport us with, or are we traveling the old-fashioned way by cart and by boat?
There is. However, I do not know how the elves of the Moonwood will appreciate a teleportation like that without warning.
Oh, that's a fair point.
So perhaps you send an envoy, or you let them know somehow that that's happening.
Oh, we jock.
Weejock is gone.
No.
As you call for Weejock, that feeling that you had that connected you to him doesn't exist anymore.
Aw, my buddy. Okay.
You might be with your parents, might be dead. You're not quite sure.
Hoot, 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 indeed.
So
Right.
yeah. Anyways, you guys take care of that. You guys let them know, and you guys travel over there. Drop her off.
Cool.
She thanks you guys profusely. The magical seeds are safe. They will help rejuvenate the high forest.
Fun.
As you guys get back, Elwarin, your parents kind of talk to you and like pull you aside specifically. Tell you two things. Your cousins are gone.
Oh. Where'd they go?
No idea. They're part of the people that got teleported and disappeared.
Okay.
Which is strange, but we're still working through that. And two, the Lugaru is never here.
Luguru was never here?
Never in this forest. He sent some lackeys you could make an argument for. This wasn't even all of their forces, it seems. And we barely held them off. Something stirs in the north. And we must find out what that is before it takes over everything.
Where in the north?
Well, we were hoping you would come along as we travel. Just like we used to when you were younger.
Count me in.
They nod. Of course, we'll let you say your farewells with your friends and take care of anything else you need to do before we do that, but we will be gone for probably a few months as we travel.
Sounds good.
They nod. So yeah, so whenever you're done and you're ready to head out with them, they're kind of down to rumble, essentially. They now kind of see you as an equal, in a sense. Obviously, you're still their son, but this is the first time they've seen you kind of fight without them and hold your ground in a way that they never would have seen or thought of you being able to.
And contact with all his limbs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. Did you just save your parents for getting fucked up?
Hey man, things happen.
Well, like that. You couldn't wait a year before you shit on them for losing a hand, and you're like, look at me, and you wiggle your fingers in front of their face. What an asshole.
He's got
Not
much
the
to
time.
learn. He's got much to learn. Yeah.
Look
And
at me.
then-
I got fingers.
Yeah. Ulrich, during this time, you kind of get a message as you guys are kind of like working with the people in the high forest. It's from a old brother in arms from Mirabar. One of the good ones. One of the ones that, like you, left.
Allegedly good.
True, yeah, because you can't trust anybody. But in the same way that you denied any promotions higher than captain, he did the same. And he calls for aid. Not in Mirabar. In the Evermoors, which is the marshland north of here. He says he's found something that he's not quite sure how to explain. I need some of your help and some of your insight to help decipher it.
I mean, at the very least, Ulrich would go to investigate,
Sure.
even if he doesn't trust this person.
Yeah.
So it will probably be lead him closer to what's really going on in this dragon cult.
Yeah. And you can't die, so you really have nothing to fear, right?
And maybe he does die, and that'd be pretty sick.
Kind of interesting.
That's the thing. Ulrich really looking forward to that day.
One day, but not today.
But yeah, he does believe he is cursed.
Zanril,
Hmm.
you get a telegram. Well, not a telegram, I guess a message from your sister telling her they need you back. Your father has fallen ill. And it's coded in a language that only you and your siblings know based off your trading. It seems deliberate that he's fallen ill. It's not a normal illness.
Hmm.
So they're just requesting that you come back and try to help them figure out what's going on. And they said bring any friends as well that would like to come and help.
Xander's gonna look at BigYin. Just look him up and down. Be like, yeah, I think you will have some spells to help me out.
Sure.
But yeah. Yep. Xander will probably get ready to head out.
Lando,
Yeah,
the snail has come a-calling.
bro. I know the snail.
You do know the snail.
Pretty nice guy. Sometimes.
It sends a message to you. The message essentially asks, it's been a long time.
No, it wasn't. I talked to him not that long ago. I sent that letter and the weird lady, or was it the
Yes.
dude? I think it was the dude.
It's been like a week, brother, since that happened.
That's not that long.
Could be. It's been a while. Haven't seen you or heard from you in a while in terms of your face. I saw your note. Interesting choice of wording. I'd like for you to come back if you could, as we found a lead on Mr. Leader.
Oh.
And we think you might be the only one that can help him.
Interesting. Dude, I don't even remember what town that was. That was it Wamford?
No.
No, it wasn't Wamford. It wasn't Red Larch.
Daggerford.
It was Daggerford. That's what it was. Yep,
The place
I
that
remember.
you're from, the place that you grew up in, you could say, the place that you've only known as home.
Well, dude, I've done a lot of traveling.
That's true.
We're fucking.
That's true.
I am way the fuck away from there. So there's. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys all choose some date to head out. Work through your own issues. And a few months will pass. We can talk a little bit later outside the game on what you guys accomplish in those few months off. Ulrich, we can talk about what you find and what you don't find. Zanril, we can talk about what's going on with your family. BigYin, we'll talk about your research with with Garfield and what's going on with Zanril's place. Elwarin, we'll discuss later on kind of what you and your family find on your guys' travels over the next few months. But then something happens. The sounds and horns of war erupt. As it seems, the dwarven clans of the north are waging war against the rest of the realm. And there have been alliances made between certain giant clans and them, which sets the world at a weird place. And that's what we'll pick up for the start of Act 3.